I've always had this question about who we are, who I am, within the context of national identity. I don't know that I could tell you what it is to be any one thing. I'm a visual artist based here in Brooklyn, New York. Originally from Kenya. My parents are Tanzanian. My dad was Muslim, my mom was Christian, so I was sort of like raised between both faiths. The liminal space, this in between, is where I find comfort. But it's also where there's the most contradiction. This project is looking at national anthems, specifically national anthems from various countries across Africa, and just thinking about this type of music that was created as many countries were gaining independence. The anthems really resemble a Western style of music, even though a lot of them are speaking about anti-colonialism and resistance to the regimes that they were just under. And so that felt like a bit of a contradiction to me, an interesting contradiction. I started using embroidery as a language in my work, the thread and the needle as a form of drawing in itself. And I had this carbon paper. But as soon as I started to work this into this paper, it just gave me this two-sided document. Suddenly this matrix and network of things that is completely codifying the ways in which we're moving through space or understand ourselves in space is visible. And the Colonial Project was very much a spatial project. It very much is about a control over the land and the space and ordering people. The types of drawings that I'm referencing in the work, which is the maps, the architectural plan, the urban plan, the musical notation on the sheet music. These have all created very distinct lines, and that is very political. You've created borders, you've created haphazard nations, you've cut across peoples and lands and claimed it to be this or that. That path that has been drawn for you is leading you into an unfreedom of some sorts, and so you're resisting that. What I end up with is, on the one side, all of those drawings, the maps, all of the plans, the music sheets. These are the tools which people have used to say, I now know who you are, to have this claim, this knowledge of a people. It's a refusal, it's an anti-statistic that ends up happening on the blue side of the paper. Through this resistance, that allowing for something else, notes or frequencies to become visible, you can carve out a different line or a different geometry that will lead you into something that is liberation in some ways. And that also that you can refuse the line. And this is what we've all been doing. And that's why I say that it's not a personal project by any means. This is a Black project, this is an Indigenous project, this is, it is an anti-colonialism project.